Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about the new movie, Project Hail Mary. If you end up enjoying this video, please consider liking and subscribing. That way, maybe one day, if it comes down to it, I can be the rock that gets stuck in space with Ryan Gosling. Project Hail Mary is based on the critically acclaimed book, and it is co-directed by Phil Lord and Chris Miller. Now, they've directed movies together like 21 and 22 Jump Street, The Lego Movie, and Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. Even though I didn't read the book, I was excited to check this movie out. So without further ado, let's get into the 6 things that make a movie great. 1. The plot. This movie centers around the character of Dr. Ryland Grace, played by Ryan Gosling. The movie opens with Dr. Grace waking up and not knowing where he is or who he is. The movie then uses flashbacks very effectively to piece together the story of Dr. Ryland Grace and how he ended up in space where he is today. But in a nutshell, the sun was beginning to dim due to an unknown force that was also dimming stars all over the rest of the galaxy. But there was one star that wasn't dimming, even though this unknown force was around it. And so the goal is to find out why that star is not dimming. So while Dr. Grace is in space, he encounters an alien trying to do the same thing for their planet. And they have to work together to try to figure out what's going on, if they can save their respective planets while also trying to figure out one another. The story that's told here in this movie is very fun, it's very heartwarming, and I think they did a really excellent job bringing it all together in the end. So for me, plot gets a huge thumbs up. 2 is family friendliness. Project Hail Mary is rated PG-13. Honestly, I don't think that there is any profanity in this movie at all. There are a couple really brief, suggestive comments, 1 or 2 frightening moments, but honestly, this movie is really tame. The only reason that I would pause about bringing your kids to this movie is the fact that it is over 2.5 hours long. Think twice about what that will mean for you and what that will mean for other audience members if your kids aren't able to sit through an entire movie like that being quiet. But outside of the runtime, this movie was absolutely family friendly, save for a couple moments that you could talk about your kids with. So use your discretion, but for me, family friendliness gets a thumbs up. 3 is acting and script. All of the acting in this movie was seamless. It was fantastic. And Ryan Gosling does a great job fleshing out this character through his acting performance. And the acting moments between him and Sandra Hüller and Lionel Boyce are fantastic. Not just the acting, but the script in those moments made this movie so fun to watch. It was really clever, it was really funny, and things just flowed scene to scene so well because of how great the acting was and how well their lines were written. There was absolutely nothing here that pulled you out of the movie, and it was really fun to see them interact with one another. So for me, acting and script, get a thumbs up. 4 is character development. Obviously, the star of the show here is Dr. Ryland Grace, and we see both character development and character progression with his character throughout this whole movie. Him waking up and not really knowing who he is or why he's there, but still being himself, but then slowly remembering things about his past while doing things to discover new parts of his character moving forward is a really interesting dynamic in the movie, but they do an excellent job of fleshing that out. This is in large part due to the very effective use of flashbacks as we get to see the character he was and how he's acting now. And a lot of that development comes from his interactions with Rocky, the alien. We also get to understand a bit about Rocky as well and his character development, but the development in general here around Dr. Ryland Grace is amazing. And it just makes the story all that much more deep and impactful when you watch it. So for me, character development gets a thumbs up. 5 is visuals and CGI. Once again, another seamless part of this movie. There is not a moment of CGI that pulls you out of the film. Everything looks great from the get-go. It's been a really long time since I've seen a movie that doesn't have at least one moment where you can tell they didn't throw their budget at that CGI moment. This one had it all. It was great, it was easy on the eyes, and it allowed you to fully step into the movie and enjoy what you were seeing. So for me, visuals and CGI get a huge thumbs up. And 6 is rewatchability. Project Hail Mary is 2 hours and 37 minutes long, and let me tell you, you will feel the length of that runtime, but you're not going to be disappointed with it. Every moment of this movie is engaging, and the story that you're watching unfold on screen keeps you in it the entire time. It has been a very long time since I've seen a movie with this level of escapism that you're able to just go to the movie theater and be fully in the world of the movie that you're watching. There was no subliminal messaging, there was no real world tie-ins. It just was a great movie for the sake of being a great movie. And man alive, is that something that we've been waiting for a long time. But I would say even with that, I definitely would watch this movie again, maybe just not all the time. So for me, rewatchability gets a thumbs up. With all these areas considered, I have to give Project Hail Mary a 9 out of 10. This movie told an excellent story. It was funny, it was emotional, there was great character development, the CGI was awesome, and the level of escapism you experienced in this movie is second to none. Don't be intimidated by the fact that it's a longer movie. Just be ready to be at the theater for 3 hours. So with all that in mind, I would say that Project Hail Mary is definitely worth going to see in movie theaters. Thank you so much for watching. If you've seen Project Hail Mary, please let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. As always, I appreciate your love and support, and I'll catch you guys and gals in the next one.